Hello there, people of the internet. This right here is the last rifle in our little video series that we have going on. This right here is a Italian Carcano cavalry carbine. This particular one is from 1935, and it is a Gardone rifle. This one has been brought in from Royal Tiger, and that is where it is that I got them from, that I got this one from. And this one is the one that has the bayonet nice and loosey-goosey on it. If you want to see the unboxing of this and whenever I actually check out the rifle, go ahead and check out that video. I'm sure that you'll be able to find them on the channel. I doubt that these videos will be very widely spaced apart. I'm going to turn this up some so I can actually hear what it is that I'm doing. This is the one that has kind of this big wear mark on the side of the stock. I mean, that's not a deal breaker for the amount of money that I spent on this rifle. I went ahead and I cleaned all the cosmoline out of this barrel, but the cosmoline's probably like a century old at this point, so I'm sure that I didn't get all of it. And I cleaned the cosmoline out of the bolt enough to, well, use the bolt. I don't have any clips out here, so whenever I load these things, I'll actually be loading them manually from the bolt, pull the bolt out of the rifle, and then manually load the round underneath the extractor, because this is a controlled feed system. And single loading, trying to force the extractor over the rim of a cartridge, could potentially break the extractor. So we're just going to do it the old-fashioned way. Just like that, delicately pop that over the ejector, and now we have ourselves a round that is ready to go into the chamber. So this right here is hand-loaded ammunition, 264 diameter bullets, and well, the Carcano is a 268 diameter rifle, but some Carcanos, they don't mind the 264 diameter bullets. All but one that I have seems to not mind it at all. So hopefully this one right here will like the 264 diameter bullets, because those are much easier to get than 268 diameter bullets. Despite the fact that these are a little undersized, we are only at like 50 yards or so, so I'm not expecting a tremendous amount of accuracy issues with an undersized bullet. Out at very long distances, we might get some tumbling due to a lack of stabilization with the rifling, but at the distances that we're at, like I said, we're at about 50 yards-ish or so. I got a pizza box down there. We're going to hit it a couple of times, see if we have any issues with keyholing or anything like that. My other Gardone rifle had no problems, but I did have a Bercia rifle in the same, batch of rifles that I'd gotten, that does not seem to like the 264 diameter bullets. I'm going to do more testing with it. Maybe there's just cosmoline inside of the barrel, because I didn't get real good accuracy with that one. And it looked like the bullets were starting to tumble a little bit. But this one right here, this is the last one in our little video series. So I've already cleaned the barrel, I've already cleaned the bolt. This thing's still absolutely caked with cosmoline. I want to see how accurate and how comfortable this rifle is, and if it's even going to function before I go worrying about cleaning all of this out. So we're just going to send a round into the dirt after we close one on the chamber here. We're just going to send a round into the dirt, see if this rifle actually functions, see if there's any headspace issues, see what the brass looks like, make sure there's no cracking in the case or anything like that. And the reason why we're doing that is simply so if there is an issue in the case ruptures, I don't get hot gas back in my face. So I'm just going to go ahead, take this rifle, and we're going to aim at the dirt, and I'm going to get my face out of the way, and we're going to pull this trigger. Well, she did fire, and I did not see the impact on the ground, but we definitely sent a round out of this rifle. Let's go ahead and have a look at our brass case. No cracks, no rippling, no bulging. This right here looks just fine, although it is lather and cosmoline still. And that's to be expected with the minimal level of cleaning the cosmoline out that I did on this rifle. So now we're going to go ahead and just send a couple of rounds downrange at our cardboard target there. Carcanos are notorious for shooting high. That's just the way that their sighting system is. And at 50 yards, the minimum sight on this one I think is like 200 yards. So we can definitely expect this one to hit a little high. So I'm going to go ahead and aim at the bottom of the cardboard target out there. As a matter of fact, maybe I'll aim a little bit more towards the top so I know for a fact which bullets are which. As a matter of fact, I think I will do that. So nothing really else to say about this. These don't have a whole lot of recoil behind them, because they are just, 6.5 Carcano, not an overly powerful round. We got us a bunch of wind out here right now. I apologize for any wind noise. I tell you what, though, that wind does feel good. The stock on this one has like a bunch of dimples and whatnot inside of it. I have no idea what caused these, but hell, that was probably done by somebody over 100 years ago. Who knows what the situation behind that is. Since we're at 50 yards, the wind's not going to affect my shooting at all. I'm just going to take aim down at our target, pull the trigger. Alright, there's our one round. And we go ahead and reload this bad boy, and we'll send another round. Single loading the Carcano ain't that bad. It's a lot like single loading one of those Nareem, however that's pronounced, 50 BMGs, where you just gotta take out the bolt to load your round in. It's not that big of a deal. Okay, there we go. We did fire. Let me go ahead and send another round downrange. I'm not positive on where I was aiming the first time, so I'm just gonna aim again. Okay, I think that I aimed for the same general area, but it's kind of hard to tell. I have tree branches flopping around in front of my face. So let's go ahead and walk down there, and we will have a look at our target and see what it has to say. Okay, I am very, very pleased with this right here. I wasn't really sure where I was aiming for the first one. I know I was higher than the second one. First one is somewhere right here. I tried making a reference point to this little white dot, but I just couldn't see it, so I aimed a little bit higher, and yeah, there's just a round that did not keyhole. However, the second round, I know for a fact I aimed about right here, and we hit probably about 3 inches high, so this Gardone rifle is hitting pretty much right on par with the other Gardone rifle that I have. The one that I checked out in this little video series that I have, because that's only about 3 inches or so high, and the windage is right. I mean, that was right on the money. This one right here, granted, probably just me, but this one right here hit slightly to the right. I was aiming about right here-ish, and we hit about right here-ish, whereas this one right here, I was aiming right here-ish, and we hit directly over top. So the first one, I would just pay attention to that one not having keyholed, because to be honest, I have no idea. I literally have no idea. I was not paying attention. I was thinking about the rifle itself whenever I pulled that trigger, and that's on me. But that's just one of the things that happens. No keyholing, and we did hit our box, so I'm very, very pleased with that. This right here is the Bercia rifle. I think I've already made a video on that one. But the Bercia rifle does look like we have a little bit of keyholing with those 2.64 diameter bullets, whereas the Gardone rifles, there's definitely no keyholing at all. This right here is going to be a very accurate rifle and hitting damn near to the point of aim. That is magnificent. Okay, well, that being said, let's go ahead and finish up this video. Okay, we're kind of on a slant right here, but that's fine because it's shaded and it feels good. Thanks for watching, folks. I'm very, very pleased with these rifles and the amount of money that I spent on them. Even if I do have to use 2.68 diameter bullets on the Bercia one, that's still really not that big of a deal, because even with it keyholing, I mean, most of my rounds are still going to be 2.64 diameter anyway, and I only shoot at like 50 yards or so. And as we see, I still hit my target at 50 yards, so whenever I'm making videos, that'll be plenty for that one there. I'm just glad to see that all of these Carcanos that I got from Royal Tiger Imports are in fact functional, and not only are they functional, they're accurate. I'm hitting my target. And 2 of them are extremely accurate. 2 of them have no keyholing issues whatsoever. The one, Bercia one, that one is a 1918 production, so that one saw use in World War I and World War II, so I'm not surprised to see that one has slightly more accuracy issues. I'm guarantee that if I, well, not guarantee, but I'm fairly certain, man, I gotta sneeze, I'm fairly certain that if I bump up the bullet size to the proper size bullet, then I won't have any issues with the accuracy like what we have seen just now. Okay, well, thanks for watching, folks. I'm probably going to do some actual accuracy testing now that I've tested the functionality of the rifles. I don't have much 6.5 Carcano ammunition left. I hand load all of my stuff, and I just didn't have time to hand load a lot for this set of videos, so I'll use what I have, and we're going to take these out to an actual distance, send some lead down range, and we're going to see what kind of accuracy we get. To the best of my abilities, I am blind, and I can barely see my target at 100 yards. Hopefully this large pizza box will be enough for me to see at the distances that we will be at. So stay tuned for that. That being said, thanks for watching. Appreciate your time. Like, subscribe, share. Description below. Link to all sorts of stuff. Come check it out. You guys go off. Have yourself a fantastic day. I'll see y'all on the next video. Been a little while since I've done this. Bonnie and Clyde be damned. Poor man's Garrett. It's a shame that bolt action shotguns aren't more mainstream.